9 of these 10 watches use tech and materials brands normally charge 4 figures for. One is literally nicknamed after a watch that costs more than a car. Stick with me, you'll want to screenshot this list before you check out. Number 10, TIMEX MARLIN Automatic. Let's start with a name your grandpa probably wore. TIMEX built the original MARLIN back in the 1960s, and in 2017 they brought it back exactly as it was, same domed acrylic crystal, same tiny proportions, same quiet confidence. But here's the twist, today's version has a real 21-joule automatic movement inside, the kind you have to wear to keep running, no battery required. Flip it over and there's an exhibition window so you can actually watch the rotor spin. For $299, that's an automatic watch with a heritage story most brands would charge $600 for. It's not flashy. It doesn't need to be. Comment below if you owned a TIMEX before you owned a smartphone, I bet more of you than you'd think. Number 9, BOLDR Venture Automatic. Number 9 is a brand you've probably never heard of, and that's exactly the point. BOLDR is a small watchmaker founded in Singapore back in 2016, and their Venture Automatic is built from solid titanium, not titanium coated, actual aerospace grade titanium, top to bottom. Titanium cases usually push a watch's price past $800 because the metal is brutal to machine and finish. BOLDR sells theirs for $299. Inside sits a Japanese automatic movement that hand-wins and hacks for precise time setting, wrapped in a sapphire crystal and rated to 200 meters of water resistance, genuine dive watch toughness on a field watch budget. It's the kind of watch collectors trade tips about in comment sections, not something you'll spot at the coffee shop. Yet. Which is honestly half the appeal. Number 8, ORIENT BAMBINO version 2. Number 8 might be the most recommended first watch in the entire hobby, and there's a real reason forums won't stop talking about it. The ORIENT BAMBINO runs on an in-house automatic movement, meaning ORIENT engineers and builds the engine themselves, not just the case around someone else's part. That's usually a privilege reserved for 4-figure watches. The BAMBINO does it for $255. It hand-wins, it hacks for precise time setting, and it holds roughly 40 hours of power from your wrist alone. The domed mineral crystal curves the dial like an old pocket watch, and colorways run from crisp ivory to deep forest green. It's not trying to impress anyone. It just quietly does, one wind at a time. Which dial color would you rock to a job interview? Drop your pick below. Number 7, ORIENT KAMASU. Number 7 is the BAMBINO's tougher cousin, built for the ocean instead of the office. The ORIENT KAMASU packs that same in-house movement philosophy into a proper dive watch, hacking, hand-winding, a flat sapphire crystal instead of mineral, and 200 meters of water resistance that actually meets real dive watch standards. ORIENT nicknamed it after a barracuda, and you can see why. The hands and hour markers are cut sharp like teeth, aggressive against the dial. A day-date window sits at 3 o'clock, and the sunburst dial shifts from near black to deep blue depending on the light hitting it. All of that for $375, dive watch specs most brands would triple the price for. And unlike some watches on this list, you could genuinely strap this one on and jump off a boat with it. Number 6, GLYCINE Combat Sub 39. Number 6 takes us to Switzerland, to a name most people can't pronounce on the first try. GLYCINE has been building watches in BN since 1914, and their airman pilot watches became a favorite among American military pilots, often picked up at PX stores during Vietnam. The Combat Sub descends from a 1967 dive watch, and today's version runs on a genuine Swiss automatic movement, not quartz, not outsourced styling, an actual mechanical engine assembled in Switzerland. It's rated to 300 meters, wears a real sapphire crystal, and measures barely thicker than a stack of 2 credit cards, making it one of the thinnest automatic divers sold at any price. For $450, you're getting Swiss, made in Switzerland credentials that usually start well past $1,000. Would you trust a $450 watch to actually take diving? Let me know down below. Number 5, Hamilton KHAKI Field Quartz. Number 5 has been in more movies than most working actors. Hamilton made its film debut in 1932's Shanghai Express, and since then its watches have shown up in over 500 films and shows: Interstellar, Oppenheimer, Tenet, Men in Black, the list keeps going. Elvis wore a Hamilton in blue Hawaii. Real World War I and World War II soldiers wore Hamilton field watches on actual duty, not as props. The KHAKI Field Quartz carries that exact heritage in a 38mm Swiss-made case, with a sapphire crystal and a railway-style dial straight out of the original military spec sheet. It's Swiss-made and actual legal designation, not marketing, for $445. Hollywood's most cast watch brand for 90+ years, and you get to wear the same design language Christopher Nolan puts on his lead characters, for under $450. Number 4 Citizen TSUYOSA. Number 4 has a nickname that translates to strength in Japanese, and the history backs it up. Citizen TSUYOSA reimagines the brand's NH299 series from the late 1990s, a watch that mattered because Citizen built it from real stainless steel, back when most affordable watches were made from brass with thin plating over top. That's the same reason a $30 watch turns your wrist green and this $475 one won't. Inside sits Citizen's automatic caliber 8210, ticking at 21,600 vibrations per hour behind a sapphire exhibition case back, wrapped in a tonneau-shaped bracelet that flows straight into the case with zero visible gap. This is what happens when a 1990s cost-saving upgrade turns into a design icon 30 years later. Number 3 TSSOT PRX Quartz. Number 3 has the same design DNA as watches worth more than most houses, and it's not subtle about it. The TSSOT PRX is a faithful revival of a 1978 original, born in the same era that gave us the Royal Oak and the Patek Philippe Nautilus, all a response to the same design brief from watchmaker Gerald Genta. TSSOT's take keeps the tonneau case, the integrated bracelet, and the brushed and polished contrast that makes those icons instantly recognizable. It's built from 316L stainless steel with a real sapphire crystal, a Swiss quartz movement, and a quick-release bracelet system for swapping straps without tools. All of it, genuinely Swiss-made, for $450. It's arguably the single most recommended watch on every starter list in the hobby right now. Would this be your gateway watch? Let me know. Number 2 SEIKO 5 Sports GMT, SSK001. Number 2 solves a problem watches costing 10 times more still can't undercut. A GMT function, a hand that tracks a second time zone, used to live only on watches like the Rolex GMT Master, starting around $10,000. In 2022, SEIKO put a mechanical GMT into their 5 Sports line for the first time. The 4/34 movement inside handwinds, hacks, holds about 41 hours of power, and drives a two-tone bezel that splits day from night at a glance. The case borrows its shape from the legendary SKX diver, one of the most collected designs in SEIKO's history. Screw-down case back, 100 meters water resistance, all for $495, proof that a GMT hand doesn't need a 5-figure price tag to earn its keep anymore. Number 1 Casio G-Shock GA2100 CASIOK. Number 1, and this breaks the entire premise of the list, because it doesn't just look expensive, it's nicknamed after a watch that costs more than most cars. Casio's G-Shock GA2100 has an octagonal bezel that so closely echoes the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, a watch famous for selling into 6 figures, that watch nerds gave it a permanent nickname, the CASIOK. Casio never asked for that comparison. It just built a slim, carbon-reinforced case, rated it to 200 meters of shock and water resistance, and priced the whole thing at around $100. No servicing, no fragile mechanical guts, just a battery that lasts for years. It became one of G-Shock's best sellers, thanks to a nickname nobody at Casio invented. Had you heard CASIOK before today, or is that brand new to you? Tell me in the comments. So that's 10 watches that all do something a $500 price tag has no business doing. Comment your pick, and if you already own one of these 10, tell everyone below so we can see how it's held up. I'll see you in the next video.